Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. My name is Latora,
And I am Latoya, and this is
Twinspired.
Twinspired, the podcast that's all about real, unfiltered conversation on life, love, business, and everything in between. We are twin sisters on a mission to juggle relationships, parenting, building empires, and creating a family legacy without losing our minds.
So, whether you're here for a laugh, some inspiration, or just a little twin magic to brighten your day, you're in the right place.
Let's dive in.
Hey y'all, hey, we are on
Hey
episode
guys.
number 3. Thank you guys for
Thank you
being
guys
here.
for
We
tuning
really
in.
appreciate it.
All right, guys. So, sis, how you been doing this week?
I've been doing good, girl. Can't complain. God is good all the time.
And all the time, God is good. You know, you just can't say
Exactly,
that
girl.
without me having to
You
say
better
that
have
back.
said that right, because you can't be was about to revoke your card if you didn't say
Okay.
it. But yeah,
So,
girl. So
I'm still in Thailand. This is our last day. I'm so sad. Like, I don't want to come home. It's been a month. It's hot, but we have been enjoying every bit of it.
y'all definitely like really thinking about the move, and that's exactly what y'all really gonna do.
Girl, if I didn't have to come home, I wouldn't. But yeah, we're gonna come home, sell everything. I want out. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Okay, I
So
ain't
we're gonna
mad at
figure
it.
it out.
Okay. Did y'all have a chance to look at schools or anything while y'all were there?
So the middle child, our boy, he's going to high school. He really wants to be in the States. So honestly, he may stay behind with his dad until he's able to come over and when he's ready to come on, which might not be until later next year. So just give him as much time as he can in the States in school and we'll make the transition with baby girl. And the
Okay,
our
cool.
adult child, he's just staying.
Oh, of
So
course.
what's going on business wise and with you guys?
Everything has been good. Last week we were supposed to be signing a new lease for a fourth location, and some
Right.
things went crazy with that contract, baby. The numbers wasn't adding up. So, needless to say, we had to just dead that contract, and pretty much just working on getting our deposit back and things like that, and just keeping it
Okay.
moving. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna put that money to the side and wait for the next opportunity, and keep it pushing. I can't complain. All three of
Okay.
the other salons are completely full. Like we have no vacancy, so it's been nothing but blessings. It's been hard, but nothing but blessings. Needless to say, so I can't even complain.
Okay. So today's topic we want to talk about, or we're talking about when life goes off script. So when life throws those curveballs, when you have failed plans, what are you doing? And we're going to call this the plot twist era.
Girl, we know we all have dealt with that, and just like on the previous episodes, we talked about pivoting. We talked about just how you
Mm-hmm.
get through hard decisions. So this is perfect just to go into this week talking about a plot twist.
So for you, we're just going to say this is like our rapid fire where we're just going to go back and forth and let's just talk about different things that we've experienced where we've had a plot twist and then things just didn't go as planned. So I'll let you start, sis. What's something maybe like with like a relationship that was unplanned?
So with me, as you know, I said in the previous episode, of course, I was married before, so now I'm married now. But the plot twist was I didn't plan on getting with no man who didn't have no kids. Like it's like I was like, I would never date a guy that doesn't have kids. I got kids, he gotta have kids.
Right.
Because that last marriage, I got tricked into that baby number 3 because I came into it with my 2 kids, my boy and my
Mm-hmm.
girl. I had already made it very clear that look, I got a boy and a girl, I got the best of both worlds. I don't need no more. Like, you good?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm good. And then next thing you know, we in a relationship and he talking about he missing a piece of himself. And it's just like, bruh. So messed around here, agreed to have that baby number 3. Although I
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, this is your baby, and I treated it like this is your baby. Don't act, don't play. This is yours. But after that relationship ended, I was like, I'm just not gonna get with anybody who doesn't have kids. Like they gotta have kids. I need them to already just, have their stuff together. And girl, every now and then my husband loses his mind and say something crazy like he want a kid. And I'd be looking at him like, who? So we
Oh,
adopting. I mean, we getting a
okay.
surrogate, and at this point, I don't even want it to be a surrogate. We need to be a whole lot baby mama because I need that baby to stay with her majority of the time. Cause what? So yeah,
Oh my
girl,
gosh.
plot
Girl,
twist
you're a trip. Not the
for
baby
real.
mama voluntarily, huh?
Oh, baby mama. Go get your a real baby
Oh
mama.
my
Like, let's just
goodness.
agree on somebody who ain't got no kids. Y'all have an agreement. Hey, she couldn't find a donor. You're looking for a donor. I'll
You
be a
were
great
so
stepmom.
dumb.
But I need that baby only to come over every other weekend. Like every week, I don't want to be a 7 days full time. No, who? Mm-mm.
You're in
No,
your 40s, right?
no.
Yes. So for me, the relationship twist was really just getting married. Like I did not care anything about marriage. I was like, I ain't saying I was for the streets, but I was living my life. I was having fun. I didn't, marriage felt very much like a tie me down. But my husband was my best friend for 20 years. And I mean, he showed me that it's better out here, And now that we're married, I could not imagine life without him. Like, he has really he's saying he upgraded me, but he made my life much better.
Right, right, right. I
But
feel you.
it, same thing, he didn't have no kids. And I mean, that's one of our things that we're going to touch on. The plot twist with kids. So before we get to that one, have you had any career plot twists?
I decided so early on that I was just gonna be a hairstylist, and it wasn't even because I was creative or none of the things. Like, of course, we're both artistic because mom is a hairstylist, been a hairstylist for 40 years, and of course, dad is an artist.
Right.
But it was more so I had, the kid early, had the boy early. So it was just like by the time I got to my senior year, I was like, do I really want to go away for 4 years to college? Do I,
Hmm.
like it just, first of all, I was tired of school. Yeah. My senior year, I was just like, I'm over it. So I started just looking at, I needed a career that was going to make me good money. I was going to be able to have flexibility far as, not having to check in when nobody asked for days off, like be able to be there for my kid and things like that.
Right.
So it's kind of like the hair industry fell upon me. You know what I'm saying? It's not even that I was really searching for it. It was just like, oh, okay, well, I see. Okay, mama making good money. Okay, I done been in a
Hmm.
little shampoo tech for like since 14. So I was like, dang, I can really do this and make good money. I can make my own schedule. I can dress the way I want to dress. Heck, I can have tattoos. I can have everything. Like it just seemed like it all
Hmm.
fell in line. So then it was just like, sign me up. Sign me up. How long is school? Like a year? Oh, sign me up. Sign
So
me
that
up
part
immediately.
wasn't when it's planned for you.
Yeah, it wasn't planned. I was really planning on going to school for like accounting. I swear, when we was little, we used to play business. If y'all don't know,
Yeah.
me and my sister used to play business. Like people used to play
Business
house.
Incorporated was the name of it.
Business Incorporated was the name of our business, and we used to play business all the time. So, like, I just felt like I was going to be that woman walking around with that business suit, that briefcase. I was going to be in the boardrooms having them conversations. Like, that's what I thought I was going to
Hmm.
end up going in, that type of career where I just was somewhere in somebody's nice office running the
Okay.
place. But that,
Yeah.
I turned out to be this type of businesswoman. So either way, I still a businesswoman, but it was a business corporation.
Right.
Ain't had the laptops and the cute little suits. So yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
So for me, I was a career student. I went to school for all these years. I always knew I wanted to do something medical. I really wanted to go to med school, but like you said, sis, we had our kids very early, and who was going to pay for med school? So nurse practitioner kind of was like the best of both worlds. I still get my autonomy. I can see my own patients. The career twist or the plot for me is now just pivoting because now again we want to move to Thailand. So now I'm having to look for like online or just build that business so that I can be remote or online. So I'm trying to figure that out and pivot, and just make the best of that. So that's where, I am. I definitely don't want to do no more schooling. There's a few things that I would like to maybe train in to specialize in, but I'm tired of school too. I feel it literally my whole life. So I don't
Girl,
want to do it. I got a master's. I'm pretty done.
but I say you better than me because, baby, how many years you done spent in school?
Girl, I could have been a doctor and somebody else's doctor. Okay.
Exactly. Girl, I
Mm-mm.
remember all the days we used to be like, Tori, you want to go out? Tori, you want to go get something? You'd like, no, I got
Listen,
homework. I'm like, yeah, sweet.
I used to be
But
so
Tori,
mad when y'all didn't ask and y'all used to go somewhere and I'll see it on like social media, like all these papers out and they didn't even
for
ask.
real.
And y'all's
Like,
like,
where you know
well,
we
we
knew you had
just gonna
homework.
say no. You better ask me. Let me tell you no. I used to be so
Exactly.
mad.
You remember you came home and said you wanted to be a firefighter?
And everybody said no.
The instantly
I could have
parents
been a
was like,
cute
heck no.
firefighter, okay?
They was
For
like,
dad, it was a hard no. And I'm like, Dad, we don't really fight fires that much. We go to like car accidents, 911 response. He was like, no, you're going to med school. And I'm like, are you paying for this? And he was like, no. So what are we doing here?
So what did you end up doing? You got like loans
Girl,
or
yes.
financial aid?
Yes. And Uncle Joe did not forgive them like he said he was. So yes, girl,
Oh,
listen,
I
you're
thought
gonna
they
make
got
the minimum
forgiven.
payments forever. Huh?
See, I don't even know nothing about that part. Every time my kids have college questions, I'd be like, call your sister, call your auntie, because I don't know nothing about it.
How max them things.
Wow.
You hear me? I was able to pay for graduate school out of pocket because I was making a really good money. COVID did its thing. It sucked for the sick people, but I made a lot of money. I had a lot of savings, so I paid for my master's degree out of pocket. So that wasn't bad. So let's talk
Okay.
about these kids, girl. Did you have any curveballs or any,
And we both had curveballs when it came down to them kids. Having them kids, y'all don't know. Me and sis both had our first kid at 16. They are 12 days apart.
Yes.
That was the biggest plot twist for me ever because
Mm-hmm.
I was just being a teenager. Like I just wasn't thinking that, you just think it won't happen to me, it won't happen to me. But
Right.
literally we were telling the same lies to get out the house. We kept saying that we were gonna go see Austin Powers 3. Was it Austin Powers 3? To this
Listen,
day, we ain't never seen that movie. Did you ever go back and see the movie? Because I've never seen the movie in
I
my
probably
life.
have,
I
but
don't even
like we
remember.
got a good synopsis because Mama was gonna ask, like, what was it about?
Needless to say, me and sis would leave the house, tell mom we going to the movies. I would drop her off to her little boo. I would go with my little boo. So needless to say, we were doing the same sneaky thing at the same time. Ended up pregnant, and
But
we was
listen,
hot.
remember we would have to go buy the ticket stuff. Like we would still have to show that stuff. So we was just wasting
Yes,
money.
just wasting money, lying. Never went to see the movie ever. I've never seen that movie in my life. I think we told my mom we had seen that movie at least 2 to 3 times. Like just trying to get out of the house on the weekend. Like, yeah, we just gonna say we saw the same movie from last week. And then,
Right.
maybe she won't ask that many questions. Needless to say, y'all, we ain't never seen that movie a day in life. And plot twist, now we got a Corey and a Jaden from the Austin Powers movie. But yeah, that was plot twist for me with kids, is having them kids at 16. And people used to ask us dumb questions like, oh, y'all twins, did y'all plan this? Like, don't
Heck
piss me
no.
off. Don't piss
Don't.
me off.
Right.
Who planned? This ain't no pregnancy code. Who planned to have
Okay.
babies at 16? Like, no, no, of
And
course
stretch
we
marks
didn't.
at 16. Like, I had a little
Body
abs.
gone.
I was fine. Messed up my little bikini area.
Girl. That first stretch mark went from my stomach, from the bottom all the way to the top. I cried. Oh, I cried. Lord, like it just wasn't meant to be. But yeah, what about
So
you, sis?
same thing, girl. Late married. I actually thought I was COVID positive. I was working ICU COVID. I went and I was sick, and I'm like, I got COVID. I'm just gonna go quarantine somewhere else. And I took the COVID test. It was negative. I'm like, something's not right because I'm sick. And them like 35. I know my body. So I'm like, something's not right. I took another test, girl. That thing was positive for pregnancy. So I sent him a picture of it because I'm quarantining. And he was like, baby, that don't look like the COVID test. I was like, it's not. It's not the COVID test. But
It's
I
the
never
baby
planned to
test.
be like in my late 30s with like an infant child. So I was the same way, like you said, like that's going to be your baby.
Quick disclaimer. At this part of the video is when we lost our connection. Keep in mind, Tor is in Thailand and I am in the United States. So somewhere, somehow, our connections got a little off. So Latora no longer shows up on the rest of the video. Please excuse us. We are practicing progress over perfection. Please continue watching.
You got this. And thank God she's a daddy's girl. So it kind of works out that way. She only be wanting him. I'm not mad at it. Because like I'm 41 and my patience is probably this short. I envy that you're like empty nesting and we still got a
Mine is this
million years
this
to
small.
go.
This is my patience right here, this little.
We got just a little
But
bit more
look,
than you got, sis.
I remember when my baby, when she was little, babies don't know how to say mama. Mama is not the first thing they say. Every time she used to be like your baby calling you, he's like, man, come on. She ain't called me. She called you. Go get your baby. I meant that with my soul. Go, don't get your baby.
Girl.
But
So what
yes,
about
girl.
any
Okay, so
financial things that has been a curveball for you?
I feel like financially, I think I'm where I need to be.
Okay.
I always said, of course, if you ain't had these kids, you always tell yourself if you didn't have kids, you'll be a millionaire. You'll just have all this money because you start calculating how much spend on daycare, how much they eat, how much all of these things. But truth be told, the reality is if you didn't have the responsibilities that you do have, you would literally find somewhere else to just blow that money or spend that money unwisely. It would be like stupid decisions. You would probably be around here shopping or just doing something dumb anyway. So it's just like, truth be told, regardless if you had kids or don't have kids, I feel like sometimes you make a little bit more money when you do actually have that extra responsibility because now you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Mhm.
financially, I feel like I'm where I should be. I'm definitely always looking into other streams of income and trying to make more money financially right now. I'm looking more so for passive income. Like at this point in my age, 41, I want to start working less of me and just making money in my sleep. Like I don't want to keep trading my time for money. So yeah, that's what I'm on right now. And the plot twist for that, I can't really say I got a plot twist because yeah, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be. The
Yeah.
plot twist would be if I just like mastered some type of passive income and killed it, which I'm really working on. So my plot twist right now is just getting educated so I can have a big like major, show out.
Yeah, I'm really big on like financial literacy. I've been reading some books. Ooh, Get Good with Money is such a good book to read, y'all. If y'all haven't, her name is Tiffany. Why can't I think she's a budgetista? I follow her podcast. I read her book, but Get Good with Money is a really good one if you are looking to like just kind of have some good financial literacy. But for me, my little plot twist really is just debt that I didn't want to have, school debt, and then again, you guys know I tried to open that med spa last year, and that tanked my pocket a little bit. So that's not where I wanted to be right now because we were really, really good after COVID. We had a good nest egg, and I kind of ate away at that. So that's okay. We're gonna get it back. So that's been my plot
Right.
twist for finances.
I know another thing with me that I've learned just over, now that I'm at this age, and being that I'm in the hair industry, and of course I can make money daily. So sometimes I'm getting cash daily, I'm getting Zelles, I'm getting credit card. As this money can come in so fast, and a lot of people in the beauty industry deal with this, where money is coming in so fast, and you have to be reluctant to spend it as fast. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning now to do more savings and things like that. And I mean, at 41, I'm really just now starting to actually see a savings, and I had to actually just set up something automatic. So like I use Acorn where I do like to keep the change with Acorn. I do like the mini investments where every week
Okay.
it's gonna automatically take some money out of my account. I also have it where I use Square for my credit card processing. And I set up my savings for that. So I have one for taxes, I have one for vacations, I have one that
Mm-hmm.
just for debt. So once I set a goal on it, like you can set it for like $1,000 goal. So once I get to
Okay.
$1,000, I might go ahead and withdraw that money for the debt folder and just pay off a credit card or pay off something. So that's been something that I've had to kind of reframe myself or just retrain myself to do is start having savings because that's the biggest plot twist to be grown as heck and not have no savings. And you know what I'm saying? On the outside looking in, it looks like you just really have it going on. But truth be told,
Mm-hmm.
everything is going towards business, reinvesting, saying paying off
Right.
debts, and all of the things. So yeah.
Right. So, do you have like a savings goal? Because I know, like, I've read somewhere and I've done my best to try to have like 3 to 6 months worth of all your bills or your essentials. Have you ever accomplished that?
I haven't yet to accomplish that, to be honest.
Okay.
Right now, we're definitely trying to get to that 6 month mark because
Mm-hmm.
remember, just not too long ago, my husband got into a work accident, and for 2 years he
Okay.
couldn't work. So for those two
Okay.
years, thank God we were able to make it through, like with our businesses and the passive income that we got from the other salons and things like that, and of course me working. But that was a big eye opener for both of us that
Mm-hmm.
what happens when something happens that's completely out of your control. And that was a plot twist at the time. It was completely out of our control. He literally fell off his work truck, hit his head, and had a brain issue or brain swelling and bleeding and of the brain. And for 2 years, he literally couldn't work. And it was just me like holding it down. And of course, he would still help out with the businesses and things like that. But, man pride was kicking in. Everything was kicking in at the time. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember it was times where I just didn't want to burden him with saying, hey, we got this due, or we got this due, or hey, we're this is kind of tight. Like, to tell a grown man he can't spend money, and he like that. My husband likes to spend his money how he likes to spend his money, and I'm over here like, bro, you can't order them shoes. I'm sorry, I know them New Jordans. I know them New Jordans just came out, but baby, no, this is just not
Yes.
it. So that was a little hard, but that also changed my mindset to instantly say, okay, we got to do better. It's something that we got to set up. So now, even with the salons, when someone has to pay their rent with using a card, because sometimes they just don't have it and they might need to use a card, we even have that account set up to have automatic savings come out of that. So 25% of
Okay.
whatever comes through that credit card is going to be savings, and that's just savings for the business. So if something happens, at least we're not pulling it out of other designated funds. So
Okay.
finances
So
and savings have been like so big.
what's a moment in life where you were really disappointed about something, or and how did you feel about it?
Let's see. When was I disappointed? I got to think of that one. I remember it was a time where I was just really wanting to buy a house. And
Mm-hmm.
and truth be told, I feel like everyone does this. So we all tend to look at other people's lives and start trying to do that measuring game where we're comparing our life to what other people are posting on social media, and
Mm-hmm.
expecting that, dang, I should be further, or I should be here and I should be there. So I remember realizing that me and my husband's goals don't necessarily align. Like, I wanted to buy a house, further on earlier, and he just didn't. He was just like, no, we good. I'm like, bro, like, what we talking about? Like, if I die today, I want to leave something for these kids. But because he didn't have that same mindset, because of course I'm the one with the kids, he doesn't have any kids. And he was just comfortable with where we were. I remember kind of going through this phase where I felt just like so behind. I felt like, what am I doing with myself? Like, I'm making all this good money, but I don't have much to show for it. And me and you both like to not spend a lot of money. So I remember, like, I going on car lots, and I would just get what was practical. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I finally first bought the car that I wanted. I bought my Mercedes, and I was just like, what? Remember, I kept telling you, I just want the one with the big old symbol.
Yeah.
And I was so happy about that. That was like an accomplishment for me, for to feel like I was working so hard and making really good money. And all those years I had never just went on a lot and just got what I wanted. And then,
Mm-hmm.
of course, my son crashed that, totaled it. And I ended up getting my Jeep Wrangler. So y'all know I'm a Jeep Wrangler. I'm a Jeep girly. So that's like my second car that I just really wanted. That made me feel
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, you're doing something. And then at that point, I started saying, stop comparing yourself to what everybody else is doing. Because at the end of
Right.
the day, you can only be you. And a lot of times people are only going to show the highlights of their life.
Right.
And I feel like so many people struggle with that, where they're looking at the highlights that other people give. Everybody's only going to show you all the pretty stuff. You don't even know that they're struggling behind the scenes. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to really start reframing myself from looking at what other people were doing and understand that my journey was my journey.
Okay.
Also, with having the kids and stuff like that, that was a setback at the beginning, but that was really like set the tone for me to be as successful as I am. Like, I wouldn't have never had to go as hard had I not had those kids that were like, looking at me to take
Right.
care of things and to provide the type of life that I felt like they needed. So fast forward, I was able to finally, we bought the house 5 years ago, so about 36. We bought the house, and on that same month we opened up our second location. So while I was over here mad and looking at other people, like, I accomplished double. You know what I'm saying? Once I finally put my
Uh-huh.
mind to it, once I sat down and decided we're gonna do this and we're gonna do the savings, and it was the reason why we did double is because, obviously, like I said, me and my husband were on two separate pages. So what we ended up doing was, I took my credit and I applied for the house. He took his
Okay.
credit and he applied for the business. We did it at the
Okay.
exact same time. I just literally told the people, do not put my credit card, or do not put my social security on this application for the business. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can run my DBA for as my other businesses. You can do all of everything you need to do it. Please don't run any credit until after I've sealed this deal with this house. And needless to
Mm-hmm.
say, we did it all in the same week. Like, Monday we closed on the house, Friday we signed papers for the salon. So what felt like a discouragement at the beginning ended up being like a double blessing. Like, it was hard, but we
Okay.
made it through. So that was like really big for us.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
What about you?
So I feel like mine was just really coming out of nurse practitioner school, feeling like I'm going to go into my career. Finally, I'm doing what I want to do. And it was miserable. I was so miserable. I could not find, I was in pain management. It was almost abusive. It was miserable. Like I would literally come home crying, charting at home. I was overworked and undervalued. And I felt like this is what I worked so hard for all these years. I'm finally here. I'm making 100 and something K. I've made it to where I wanted to be, but I was miserable. So literally crying like every day until I can find something else. And now I'm in weight loss and I love it. It's happy medicine. People are losing weight. So it took somewhat like a whole first year. I was kind of just bouncing around and it was miserable. I was questioning my life. So I was
Right.
angry. I was frustrated. I felt lost because I'm like, I, I don't even want to be a nurse practitioner no more. And I had done all this work, so I'm like, forget the money. I don't even want to do this no more. But yeah, I
Right.
finally found where I needed to be and I'm happier about it now.
Okay. So do you feel like you've gotten to the point where you can just normalize that, life isn't going to always be exactly what you want it to be, and basically just grieving the life that you thought you could have and now just accepting the life that you do have?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like what God has for me is for me, and I really have to learn to sit with that because God don't want exactly what you want, and it ain't gonna look like what you thought it was gonna look like. What He has for you and what He gonna give to you, just accept what He's giving because it's different, and I like it. I like where I am. I'm okay. How about you?
Right. I can say the same thing. I'm definitely where I need to be at this moment. I'm here. I'm able to be here for my kids and watch them grow in the things that they're interested in. I'm able to invest in them, and watch them just be able to grow. My businesses are flourishing. I'm in a transition phase right now with my own self as a stylist, just trying to transition my services to more like high end and more luxury services. I really only want to specialize in like silk press and high end extensions. I would like to do away with all of the other little services. So that's just something I'm really focusing the majority of my time on, taking classes, marketing. All of this AI stuff is so new. So like as we get older, you almost feel a little bit dumber with all this technology. So it's like I'm constantly trying to stay on key and on board with everything that's changing with our world today, because again, I have to still be able to run these businesses. I still need to be able to market for these businesses and have the education and actually stay on top of my game as far as what it is that I do every day as far as doing hair and healthy hair and products and marketing and social media. Cause freaking
Right.
the tickety top is hard. Like what? So yeah, I'm
The
just trying to learn
TT.
all of that stuff and make money doing it.
A topic from last week when we wanted someone from the audience or any of the viewers to kind of chime in about something that they were going through and how they were getting through things. We did have an anonymous comment. A young lady was going through a divorce and she's a real strong, like not the type to cry, because I know we said like, girl, a good cry is everything. She's not necessarily the type to cry or lean on others, so she's found comfort in journaling. So this allows her to still be able to write down how she's feeling. She's getting it out on paper and it's working for her, but she's just taking it one day at a time. She said it was mutual. They had done everything they can do and she's finding comfort in knowing that they did everything and it just wasn't what it needed to be. But she's trying to get over that feeling of feeling like a failed marriage and she failed at something. So she's getting through it. And I'm gonna shout you out, girl. You just stay strong. You keep journaling, keep watching. Thank you for commenting and interacting with us in the DM.
Yes, thank you. We would definitely keep you in our prayers and our thoughts, hun, because it can be hard, but just know that you made the right decision. And sometimes choosing you is the best decision. And just live in that decision and be happy. And that's all I can say about it. Because I've been there, I've done it, and needless to say, I'm happy. So, and we cool. And y'all can learn to be mutual. Because me and the ex hub, we can laugh, we can joke. He gonna call my phone and talk about that little girl about us. I mean, we gonna talk about that little girl and how she got his ways. And he gonna blame it on me and say how she got my ways. But we get along and that's good. We can co-parent and it's perfect. So yeah.
So we're almost out of
This
time.
week.
What is your plot twist moment? What are you having what's going on, what was a curveball for you in your life and the dream life that you thought you were going to have. How are you dealing with it? Again, hit us in the DMs, comment on the video. We will respond. We do respond to every comment on there. There's that good sis right there. She's been responding. I'm still in Thailand. So let us know how you guys are feeling, what you're dealing with, and what's that plot twist.
And also, you guys, I want you guys to know that no matter what life throws at you, just remember that you can rewrite your story. You get to write that script. So at the end of the day, when everything is happening, just know that once again, pause and pray. Take the time to reevaluate, weigh your pros and cons. All the things that we've talked about in previous episodes still continues to apply. Take those times to just rethink it all, sit in it, learn from it. A lot of the things that we go through is because we're still learning from something. There's a lesson to learn in everything. I just watched a podcast not too long ago, and I think it was Tyler Perry who said he's never failed. He's never had a failure. And because he looked at everything as a lesson instead of a failure. So every time he went through something and it didn't play out exactly the way he thought it should, he just looked at it as a lesson. So instead of saying, oh dang, I failed at this or this didn't work out, no, what did I learn from this? And how can I move forward from this? Because everything that we go through in life is something for us to learn, whether it's a relationship, whether it's how we raise our kids, because those first kids are the dummy kids. I'm so sorry. Not dumb like they're dumb, but those are the trial and error kids. Like, we don't know what we're doing. That first kid was your sample package, okay? Like, you probably messed that up a little bit. But then by the time you got to baby number 2 and number 3, you kind of had your footing. You kind of knew exactly where you were going to go. You kind of knew if you was going to make them say yes ma'am, no ma'am. You knew how to make punishment stick. You knew how not to feel guilty when you gave them a little pop. Like, at the end of the day, you learned. So with everything that we do, start to reevaluate and look at each situation. While you're sitting there, you're mad, you're sad, you're crying, you're doing all of the things that that comes along with it. Also take notes. Take mental notes on what not to do. What should I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I be better? And what can I carry on, to the next situation from this situation? So, yeah.
So I want you guys to share this with a friend that may have a plot twist, that may be struggling with, things not playing out in life the way they expected it to. That's perfectly fine, and they'll be okay. But share this with them. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, to follow. Follow us on IG. We're on Twinspired Podcast. Also,
And
if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, push that little subscription button, y'all. Leave us a review.
Yes, it's so important, you guys. Subscriptions are the thing. If you guys aren't subscribing, then what are you doing? Like, follow us on all social medias. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we are trying to get better at posting on all platforms. But again, we are new to this, so yeah, y'all bear with us. But thanks again, you guys, for watching. Thanks for tuning in each and every week. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your positivity. We have gotten nothing but positive feedback, and we love that for all of us, for you and for us. So thanks again, you guys. Love you guys.
Love you guys. I'll be back in the studio next week with a nice background. Bye.
Bye.